Hello guys and welcome to Shredder Zoo. My name is Shredder and this is my zoo. Thank you for joining me today. You may notice there is a kind of a bird-like thing in the background here. This is going to be the start of a new project which will probably last a couple of episodes, maybe even 2 or 3, we don't know. This is an Archaeopteryx. I've never tamed one before and I think I'm going to have a go at taming this one. Looks like it's getting scared of my my pteranodon here, but this should be a fairly straightforward knockout and tame, I think. So on God, just straight away. And if I remember rightly, this is chitin, I think. Yeah, taming. There we go. Right, so that's basically going to be the start of a new building that we're going to be building. I haven't picked out a location for it yet. But basically, if you've seen the last episode with the Spinosaurus enclosure, we've done a lot of building over by the lake. So we're taking a break from the lake again. I know we did that when we did the Enclosure enclosure, but we're definitely going to take another break. And I want to make a start. Oh, there we go. We've done it already. So, yeah, there's going to be a bit of a project. We have one of these. We need some more. I'm going to build a small animal enclosure, I think, which is going to have all the kind of things which are this kind of size. So we're looking at the Archaeopteryx, Microraptors, Compys. What else could we have? Mesopithecus maybe, and I may branch off and have a Gigantopithecus in there as well, so we have the monkeys in one area as well. But yeah, there's a few other things. I'm sure there's some more things in here. We've got the Microraptors, Archaeopteryx, Compys. I'm sure there's something else. We'll think of it later on anyway. So we need to pick out a location for it, and then we need to get building. So I'm going to do that, and I'll join you in a moment. Okay guys, I think I found the location that I want. So it's right here by the aviary. This is where all my flyers are, and down over this way we can see the lake that we've been building over the last few episodes. You know, quite a few. We've done quite a few over here now. You can see it's getting quite expansive. If you didn't see the last episode, the Spino enclosure over there, that's the what we did, and it's looking pretty cool from over here. And we've got quite a few little enclosures over this point as well. So from a visitor perspective, you can be up in the zoo over here, and you're going to want to get down to this point. So you're going to want to come down the pathway here, which we need to build, which joins up to kind of the entrance to the bit over there. So we're going to want a pathway down here. So I'm thinking we're going to be building a largish enclosure, and we're going to be putting in quite a few animals in this one. So it needs to be pretty big. Now I've had a bit of a think about what it was there. I could only think of the Microraptor and the Compy and the Archaeopteryx, but there are a lot more. There's the Pecamastics would probably work quite well in there. Ichthyornis, the Archaeopteryx, the Compy, the Hesperornis, Microraptor, Troodon, and we could always do the Vulture from Scorched Earth as well. That would fit in quite nicely. So that's what we're going to be doing. So that's like, what, 9 did I say? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? There's 8 dinos that we could put in there. So we want a pretty big enclosure. Now, if you haven't seen this series before, if you're new to this channel, this series, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. But this is basically a creative building series. So as you can see, I'm flying, I'm using admin commands, I'm spawning things in. I will occasionally tame things up properly, like I just did with the Archaeopteryx. I just shot it and tamed it up properly. Some of these things I'm thinking I might just spawn in without taming them, because I'm also doing a Ragnarok server survival series as well. So I'm going to be taming everything up in there completely legitimately. I don't even have access to admin commands in that series, so I couldn't cheat even if I wanted to. But this series this is my own server. I play by my rules, and we are doing a creative building series. So I will probably spawn in certainly things like the Troodon, and maybe the Hesperornis. I think is a bit awkward as well. I think I'll probably just spawn those in, because I don't think I want to go through taming them properly. But we'll see how it goes anyway. Let's get some building going. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'll probably get rid of this gate, because this wall here, this was the outer limits of the zoo. This is where the zoo this was the first few buildings that I started to build when I first started the zoo way back. I think episode 6 in this series or something is when I first started to build the main zoo entrance over there. And this is going to be the edge of it. But I mean, I've pretty much, you can't see it, it's not all rendered in, but I have pretty much filled up this entire area, this entire plateau. There's a little bit of space further over that way, just on that edge. But we're definitely going to have to expand. I've already expanded down to the lake over there. I think we're going to have to expand out into this area as well. So this gate was going to be to get in the larger dinos, but I don't need it. I don't need this gate here. So this we're going to get rid of. Just going to demolish that. Oh, come on. Demolish. Doesn't want to demolish. Demolish. Just demolish the door first. No. Well, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Maybe I can just pick it up with a demo gun. There we go. Okay, well, it wouldn't even let me demolish it. That's weird. Right, so now we're going to have this entranceway here. We're going to build the entrance to the building right at this point, and it's going to be pretty big. We're using Structures Plus to build this stuff, and I've got some foundations at least. There's nothing much else I've got, but I just want to lay down some foundations to begin with. And they're going to be in stone. We'll start off. There we go, built it first up. So that's going to, because you can see there's kind of a natural pathway here, so that'd be nice to build the kind of the entranceway here. So can't place S plus is obstructed. That's impossible. Structures Plus is not supposed to get obstructed. That's a bit weird, isn't it? What's going on? I know there's just been an update. The mesh looks quite different here. The kind of the grid looks a little bit different. Okay, anyway, right. I think what I'm going to do, because I have no idea how this is going to go. I never plan my builds out. I just do it as they come along. So we're going to just make things up. We'll see. How can you be obstructed? I don't get it. This is Structures Plus. Structures Plus is no clip. You're not supposed to be obstructed. Yeah, that's odd. I know there's just been an update to Structures Plus, and I don't know what that update included. So maybe there's something to it that's a little bit different. Why aren't you going to place? There we go. So yeah, anyway, okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit of a foundation laid out here, and then we'll come back when we get into the details. Alright guys, so I thought before we got too far ahead I'd bring you guys back and show you my first sort of thinkings about what I'm doing here. So I thought I would go for an Adobe place. I haven't built anything out of Adobe. I've got access to it, so why not try something a little bit different for this house? And you may just notice through the window there at the front I've got one of each of all the things that we're going to have. The only thing that's not here is the Arcoptrix, which is back over where we left it, where we tamed it. So we have a Compy, a Troodon, a Microraptor, an Ichthyornis, Hesperornis, and a Vulture. So that's what we've got there. So these are all the things that will be going in here, and each one of these are going to have their own little enclosure inside. So what we're going to do, we have kind of a stone out the front here, and this is going to be sort of moving into the pathway, which is going to go down further over this way, and then gradually make its way down to the lake over down there. And the rest of the stuff is going to be made out of Adobe. Now what I'm thinking is that this, as you walk in, is going to be kind of a little sort of lobby, little area where you can just kind of decide where it is you want to go first. And so down here we go for the first one. So I think we're going to want to have some stairs come down here. And this is kind of a mix of foundations and ceilings and things, so I'm just kind of playing around, just kind of see how I think it looks. So I think basically definitely at the front here we're going to need some walls, so we might as well build up the walls here, and that's how high up we're going to go. We'll do it here as well, so that looks about right. And so we're going to use like the Ecos mods to kind of put plants and decorations down the front so it doesn't look quite so dry. That'll look quite nice. And yeah, so we're going to get some stairs go down here, and then this bit area will be into the kind of the first enclosure. And I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do this yet, but I'll figure it out. Let me get a little bit further on, and yeah, let's see what we can do. Okay then, so we've got the stairs coming down, and I've extended this platform out a little bit. So I'm thinking, okay, let's say it's for the first one, which is going to be, I don't know, the Compy, say. So we bring the Compy down, and we'll just put it down over here. So how much space does the Compy need? Now obviously we're not going to just have the one, we'll need a little sort of pack of them. I'm thinking we're going to want, say, at least one foundation sort of width after the stairs before we start the enclosure. We could, and I'm thinking of having glass walls around, so this little area you can just kind of walk around in, and our enclosure will be kind of surrounding this point. So I think we definitely need to go out at least one more, maybe even more. How far out do we want to go? That's, I reckon one more, and I think that's probably a decent kind of size. And then we'll go out like this way, like that, and that probably gives them quite a decent kind of area. We stick in a few more walls here just to kind of enclose it in. And I've got a plan of maybe having this a multi-level. So I mean, we've already got kind of going down the stairs here and then up, you know, so we've got 2 different levels already. But I'm thinking maybe we'll have an upstairs as well. We can kind of take advantage of the fact that these walls are getting quite high, and we can go for that. So we actually need a couple more walls up there, and we can actually have a second floor for some of the other ones. So I'm thinking that's going to work out quite nicely. So I think, so that's if we have it so we'll have it starting this point like that, so then you can come up, and that's going to be their enclosure there. So we'll come across all the way along like this, at least 3 I reckon, and then maybe come out this way like that. So I'm kind of guessing, kind of making up as we go along. But this, we can have some benches and things in here. We can decorate it, make it look a nice little area here, and that's going to be the kind of the Compy enclosure. Now I guess we're going to need a staff entrance, maybe. I guess actually what we could do is we could actually pick up this wall and we could change that for a doorway. That might actually work really nicely, and then we can have this coming out, and you can actually walk in as a member of staff. So it'd be quite handy to be able to get in and out sometimes and come in this way. So if we stick a doorway here, and then we can walk in and come out into the enclosure here, have another doorway there. That's a good plan. I like that. Yeah, we'll do that. And yeah, that'll be for the Compy. So yeah, let me get this a bit more fleshed out, just so I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. So let's take our Compy for a moment. We'll pick him up. So we can go through here, this little staff entrance. We could, I don't know, we don't really need to put anything in here. Maybe a feeding trough could be a good thing to have in here. You can access easily. And then we can get out here. This is going to be the Compy enclosure. So I think we're going to need quite a few Compys to make this kind of, because it's quite a large area for something so small. But they're obviously, I just imagine little packs of them running around in here. This being a really nice little area. So I'm thinking 2 high glass. We'll change the models there to kind of be a better sort of model selector. And then I'm thinking up here we're going to want maybe a couple of glass walls here, so that you can actually stand up here and look down on them as well. I think it'd be quite nice. And oh yeah, we'll need to figure out this one's wrong. We'll change this. Pick it up. There's the problems with having walls and ceilings in one place. Oh god, I hate this so much. You can see what's going on here. So we're picking it up and we're putting it down. That's where we want it, and that's where it goes. That's what we want. Brilliant. There we go. And then we have a couple of railings here. And yeah, so we'll build up the walls around the outside. I don't know whether maybe we can have windows along the second row. That might look quite nice. We can obviously change some of these out to windows as well. But yeah, and then we'll need to decorate the inside. And that'll be our Compy thing. So I guess this episode will be the start of the small animal. It's almost a bird enclosure, because most of these are birds, with the exception of the Troodon. But then that does have kind of feathers on its arms, almost like wings. It's becoming a bird, and the Compy is not a bird either. But the rest is pretty much bird or bird-like creatures. Yeah, interesting kind of, I think that's a really nice theme to go with this one. And this is definitely going to be a multi-episode project. Each episode will get one of these guys done. Maybe 2, depending on how different we can make them. But yeah, I think this will look quite nice. So let's get a couple of railings up there. Don't think I've got any railings on me now, have I? No, don't. That's fine, we can get some in a moment. We'll change the models of here so we can actually see through the glass a little bit better. And yeah, and then we'll get this decorated. Nice. Alright guys, so what I'm thinking here is we're going to have a second floor at this point, I think. So what I'm going to do is just fill this out with the ceilings. We're using Adobe still. Yeah, we'll make this You can fill out the enclosure, and then once this is done we can then decorate the inside. It'd be quite nice. So I thought while I'm doing this, I'll just take this opportunity to say check the description of this video, and there'll be some links there. You can follow me on Twitter, but the one thing I really would like you to do is to join my Discord server. I've got quite a few people in there now, but they're all a little bit quiet. If you remember my Discord server, get chatting in there. You know, they're a little bit quiet, not too chatty, so it'd be really nice to get some conversations going and have a little bit more activity in there. So please, I implore you, join the Discord server and join in some conversations and stuff. I mean, I'm always there. If people put messages in, I will always read them, and you know, if you can ask me questions, anything you like really in there, it would be pretty amazing. Yeah, okay, well there we go. Here's our first enclosure. So it looks pretty nice. I think, is there anything else we want to do at this point? No, we'll leave this the upper story for another time. We'll need to get some stairs going up there. I'll try and get some spiral staircases. I think will look quite nice to go up there. Maybe up around here. I don't know. We'll figure that out another time. We're working on this one for today. Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter as well, and also Facebook, although I'm not particularly active on Facebook. So, but Twitter, definitely follow me there. And Discord's also a really good place, because if there's any kind of problems, like say there's a week where there's a disaster, I'm not able to get a video out, I can let you know in there, so you're not kind of expecting something, and you know, any announcements that will be made on the Discord, and you can always ask me questions, anything you like. So okay, let's have a look. We've got a model selector. I think we can have a go playing about with the models of the glass, and I think what I want to do is I don't think... Oh, do I want it completely clear? Again, what we'll probably do... I know what we can do. Let's have a look. Let's go for 2 sides. And I want... Or rather... no. Corners. That's what we're wanting. That's, I think, what I want. So what we can have is the bottom and this side. And then the middle... This one here will go for 2 sides. The top and bottom. Or do you actually just want the one side, maybe at the bottom, and then we're going to get rid of, so make this all completely clear. Let's have a go at this one, and actually I probably want to change these, won't I? Let's have another go, because I want that corner piece in. I was trying to work out what we want. I want the right, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, there we go. That'll work quite nicely. And we'll do the same on, so let's see, if I take that one and we put this on this side, that's what we want. And then the opposite, we want that one to go there. That's perfect. And then we'll do the same sort of thing above. So let's change the model. Oh no, I want to clear that. We'll select the model. We want to go for another corner piece. I think that's the one. No, it's not. We want the corner C. So that gives this corner here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then this one we want to go for the other corner. Corner B. There you go. So you got one big window there. We'll have a support in the middle. And what did we want? The corner B. It's always the last one you go for, isn't it? C. I think it's what we want. There we go. Then this one we just want the top. And then this one we want another corner. Again, always the last one. There we go. Yeah, so we have big old windows, and maybe I could put a slight tint to them. That might work quite nicely. And then I think all we need to do on this one is just get rid of the middle part, which will be that one. And then get rid of the middle part. That's perfect. Yeah, I like that a lot. So yeah, we could put a tint in, because otherwise it's so clear. It looks a little bit scary. Let's put a tiny tint in. I think, is it this one we want? So let's see. Transparency settings. So we just want it. Can we just a little bit? Let's try. We'll try that. Does that make it much of a difference? Just a little bit, just so you can tell that there is glass there, and that the compy's not got to come out and eat your face off. And there's a little bit of a sheen there as well. That looks pretty good. All right, I'm happy with that. So I think the next thing to do really is just to get this place decorated and maybe get a few more compies in here as well. I think, oh, hang on, we want those to be tinted just as well. There we go. Yeah, okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this off, and once I've done all that, I'll bring it back. Alright guys, we're back, and I think for this episode I've done as much as I'm going to do. And now bearing in mind this is a work in progress, so I've decorated the outside of the entrance here, but I've left this kind of area bare because we can add the decorations as we go along. So I'm not entirely sure whether I'll be adding in windows or anything like this in this wall. So yeah, so we'll be adding to it here, and obviously this is going to be the pathway, and this pathway is going to lead further out this way and then down towards the lake area over there. Oh yeah, one thing I did, I forgot to mention, remember when I first started building this I was complaining that I was getting obstructed, and I didn't understand why because of the Structures Plus. Now there was an update and Structures Plus has removed the collision from its mod because the no collision is now in the base game, and you just have to add in sort of a line in your game ionize just to allow no collision to be true. So I did that and I was able to fix it, and we've had no problem with collision at all. Right, so we've got all our guys in here. I've enclosed this area completely with the walls just to kind of, you know, just make a start. This isn't how it's finished going to be, because there are going to be other places to go. There are going to be other things. We may go out further this way, we may go out this way. This is just to kind of enclose what we've got here. And also Pegamastics, I didn't have one of those before, completely forgot about those. So we've got one of each of the dinos. I've brought my Arca over here. And yeah, there we go. So the Compy enclosure. Here it is, inside here. I think it looks pretty cool. I've sort of just put in loads of bushes and grasses and ferns and a big shrub there, and I've spawned in a whole load of compies, have them in there. It would look so good to them running around, but obviously, especially with this being Structures Plus, they're going to be glitching out the walls very easily if they run around. Unfortunately, you just can't do it. But yeah, so basically we've got a little bench here, people can sit down and watch. We've got a perfect place up above here to place the information signs, and run here with information signs when we get around to doing the educational special, which I guess will be on Wednesday for these guys. We'll open up this. I've got a feeding trough in here, and this is the staff entrance, so you can get in here and you know, clean out the cages and stuff, make sure they're all healthy. They all look pretty good to me. Yeah, we've got these little bushes around here. It's quite nice. Quite nice, I think. So yeah, as always, feedback. Let me know what you think. I'm pretty happy with that. It looks like a proper little enclosure. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Maybe a little, I don't know, a splash of colour. Maybe some windows around the top there. Let some light in. Could be good. Maybe we could do something with the walls. Maybe add some of that hanging ivy. So kind of maybe get rid of it so it's not quite so wall. I don't know. The walls. I don't know, have to let me know what you think, whether we need to make any adjustments to this. I'm pretty happy with how it is, but there could always be room for improvement as we go along. This is going to be definitely a work in progress area, and we're going to have enclosures for all of these guys in here, so this is going to end up being pretty big. So yeah, so I've placed some stairs. We can go up onto a second floor, and we can obviously expand this, and we'll have a couple of enclosures up here as well. But yeah, but this is definitely going to be a multi-episode thing. We'll definitely improve this as we go along by expanding out different rooms and decorating this area as well. But I think for now, I think I'm pretty much done. So yeah, I will say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description of my Twitter and Discord. Definitely come along there and say hi. And yeah, so I really hope you've enjoyed watching it, and don't forget that if you did enjoy this video, please let me know by leaving a like or a comment down in the comment section. It really helps me out, all these likes and things, and it really shows that what I'm doing here is worthwhile, and I really do appreciate the feedback I get. I love reading all your comments, and so I'm looking forward to reading some more. So thank you for watching. I will see you next time out here at Shredder Zoo. Goodbye.